Are you planning on registering an LLC or a corporation, and you would like to learn a little bit more about the differences between a business address and a registered agent address? In today's video, I am going to be talking to you about what a business address is, what a registered agent address is, and the common pitfalls entrepreneurs fall into. Hi, my name is Andrew. I'm the managing attorney here at Freedom Through Business, where we help entrepreneurs start their businesses and grow their businesses. The purpose of these videos are to provide you with as much clarity and guidance in the beginning stages of starting a business. So if you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, as well as the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. These videos are for educational purposes only. So it's important that you speak with a professional prior to doing anything. So with that side note out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what is a business address and what is a registered agent address. To clarify, a business address is associated with any type of business entity that includes an LLC or a corporation. This means that if you're looking to start an LLC or a corporation, you have to have a business address. It is one of the first requirements an entrepreneur needs. A business address can be one's home address, it can be a brick and mortar address. Basically, it is where majority of the business takes place. This means that if you have an e-commerce website and you're selling products or services online, then it's likely that your business address is going to be your home address. Entrepreneurs in the e-commerce space can always opt for what's called a virtual business address. A virtual business address is provided by a service provider, costs approximately $10 per month depending on who you choose to work with. And basically, by using a virtual business address, you don't have to use your home address, which keeps your home address private. If you're an MD and you're a doctor and you have your own practice and you're operating your practice out of a brick and mortar location, an office location, then it's likely that your business address is going to be that office location. Now, the business address does differ from the registered agent address, which I'm going to talk about now. A registered agent address does not necessarily mean that the business is taking place or transactions are occurring at this specific address. The main purpose for a registered agent address is for service of process. And if you're not too familiar with what service of process means, it basically means that in the event of a lawsuit, the lawsuit has to be served towards someone. And in this case, it's typically the registered agent that receives that service. In other words, the registered agent is the one who becomes notified of that potential lawsuit. It's important to note that when you have a LLC or a corporation that's registered in a specific state, say for example California, the registered agent must be located in the state of California. In other words, a LLC based in California cannot have a registered agent that lives in Florida. Because when it comes to the servicing process, again, notifying the individual of a lawsuit, they have to be able to serve someone that's located in California. Serving someone in Florida just doesn't work that way. And so now that you have a better grasp of the differences between a business address and a registered agent address, let's go ahead and talk about some of the pitfalls that entrepreneurs fall into. The first common pitfall that entrepreneurs fall into when trying to decide what business address to choose, what registered agent address to choose, is going to be anonymity. If you want to be able to maintain your privacy, in other words, if you don't want your home to be listed as a business address or as the registered agent address, then in that case, you're going to want to opt for third-party services, specifically for the business address and specifically for the registered agent address. What is very common amongst entrepreneurs is when they decide on a business address and when they decide on a registered agent address, they decide that they want to be able to use their home address as both the business address as well as the registered agent address. While this is acceptable, you're able to use your home address for your business address as well as your registered agent address. It does not keep your privacy private. It does not keep it anonymous. And so if you want to keep your personal information, your home address private, make sure you avoid this first pitfall. The second pitfall is when an entrepreneur that does not live in the States decides to use a third-party provider for the registered agent address. When you register for a third-party provider to provide you with third-party registered agent services, they provide you with an address. And what happens in this case is that same entrepreneur who is not located in the US, they'll use that registered agent address as their business address. This is not permittable. And the third pitfall to avoid when registering an LLC or a corporation is using a P.O. box for one's business address. It may seem like a done deal. It's very easy to set up a P.O. box, but P.O. boxes are not permitted in the registration of an LLC or a corporation. Now, there is a lot of information. There's a lot of different variances when it comes to choosing a business address as well as a registered agent address. So if you happen to have any questions about anything that I talked about in today's video, make sure you leave a comment down below and we'll be sure to answer it as soon as possible. If you happen to enjoy this video, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, as well as the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. It's time to invest in yourself. It's time to rise.